kind of bad that this is what Genndy Tartakovsky's life has become. Like, I know he's got to pay the bills, right? Maybe that's what he tells himself late at night. But I'm sure that he also feels like he's died creatively inside. Or he's near death, because I can see him struggling to stay alive creatively. There are moments in Hotel Transylvania 3, like in the first two movies, where you can't help but be impressed by the artistry, the colors, the stylization, the depth, the atmosphere. He really tries to push it as far as Adam Sandler will let him. I feel like Adam Sandler and Genndy Tartakovsky are fighting over this franchise, and while Tartakovsky is down, he ain't out yet, thankfully. But while the first flick felt like its own thing, the reason I say Adam Sandler is winning is because the franchise continues to morph into your typical late-stage Adam Sandler comedy. Not even the early better ones. I'm talking the ones at the end where he's like, hey, why pay for our own vacation when we can get the studio to pay for it, right? Although this, of course, is animation, so you know, I guess they just all want to goof around at the voice recording studio, right? Because again, it's a group of pals dealing with love and family in the most predictable ways. And this one even promises a fourth installment, which will surely and regrettably follow the exact same Sandler formula. Although, I don't want to give away what it is, but I'd see it. It's very, you know, I think that it's hard. Sandler is smart to tie into like family moments because they're so relatable. And I think there's a sweetness to it. But it's just, it seems so stale at this point that, and I guess what's frustrating is that I don't think it has to be. Not just because of, you know, not just from Tartakovsky's perspective, but I think that Sandler could do better. And so that's frustrating. And I say regrettably also because there are some great elements here, and some of them coming from Sandler's camp. Now, to be fair, I want to be really fair here. I saw this movie with a bunch of kids on like a camp field trip. Like they filled up the whole back of the theater, and I was really nervous. I was expecting it to feel like I was watching the movie with the werewolf family, right? But to my surprise, the entire theater, which also consisted of a number of families with small kids, they all not only remained rapt attention for the entire film, but they reacted to key emotional points with oohs and ahs and laughs and cheers. So you got to give it to Hotel Transylvania 3 and specifically Sandler, although I think it's a team effort here. I'll explain that in a moment. But for enchanting the target audience. But I think for Tartakovsky's contribution, I think the ghoulish aspects really help. I mean, the Sandler gross out stuff helps too. But again, the movie's just very atmospheric and has a lot of visual flair. And there's also some very spirited vocal work, particularly Kathryn Hahn's Erica Van Helsing. So strong, particularly her hilarious inflections and energy. I also really like, though, the style and animation of the character. Mavis might not be so sure that Erica is a good fit with her dad, but I immediately felt that they make an awesome power couple. And that was my instinct. I guess I zinged too when I saw the two of them together. That was a cute idea, you know, love at first sight monster style. I thought that was cute. So I guess this is kind of maybe a good date movie if you're both into animation, right? So that was really nice. But you know, as they interacted, as Erica and Dracula interacted more and more throughout the film, they had some great moments together. It was very, very nice. So yeah, I guess I do underscore the fact that this is like a decent date movie. I was also very engaged throughout the film by the world building. You know how I like world building, right? And that's always a plus with this franchise. And here, I think Gremlin Air was particularly inspired. I actually laughed out loud a couple of times with that bit. And then there was also a healthy dose of dance music. Like Deadpool, I also love dubstep, and they had a lot of that here. I mean, who can resist a fun party? And it did seem like a fun party, so that was nice. Until, I don't know, then Adam Sandler, like in the big final third act action sequence, it had some distinct Adam Sandler elements to it, and it was like, why do you do it, Sandler? Why doesn't anybody stop you? I guess Genndy Tartakovsky's like, I'm trying, but even Sony, though, has had diminishing returns with Sandler, so you think somebody would stage some kind of intervention. But speaking of Sandler, he continues to be good as Dracula. I mean, it's like he's phoning it in, but he's so good at it, it's fine. And then Selena Gomez always does a great job as Mavis. Mavis has been a great character since the beginning. She has a lot of fans, so it's weird to me they don't use her more. And then also I don't think they used Andy Samberg enough as her husband. And I would have loved a little bit more of Dennis. I mean, Dennis being like this half human, half monster kid was such a great part of the second film. It seems weird to just completely shelve that for the third. And they could have taken story time away from the very tired Drac Pack. I recognize you, Adam Sandler entourage. Go away. And also that gross, horrible, not funny giant dog. I didn't like it in the short film, and it continues to be really bad, a part of this franchise. So while I think that the Hotel Transylvania franchise has a serious creative leak, it still continues to have brilliant flourishes here and there, and I really would go so far as to call them brilliant, that animation fans and families will genuinely appreciate. So that's my review of Hotel Transylvania 3. Share your own thoughts down below. If you have spoilers, be sure to mark them. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.